Maddie and I'm the director and founder of the Victorian English Language Tutoring, also known as VELT. You can check us out at www.veltvce.com. Today we are going through parts of speech which are listed in the VCAA VCE English Language Study Design for Units 1 to 4. So everything that we cover today you need to know for Unit 1, 2, 3 and 4. That's Year 11 and Year 12. I think we're ready to get started. So today we are covering nouns. There will be a separate video on each part of speech just to keep these videos nice and short. So today we are doing nouns. Now I want you to have a think about what a noun is, what you've learned before about a noun, and how this has come up in your studies and come up in your writing before. So nouns are a person, place, thing or quality. So there's 4 things: person, place, thing or quality. If you're taking notes, I would write this down. On the board I'm going to be doing a mind map of the different types of nouns, but I won't be writing the specific definitions. So if you need to pause the video at any time to write down your notes, that's totally fine. So we have nouns as a person, place, thing or quality. Now there's a whole bunch of different types of nouns, so let's go through that now. The first one is a common noun. These are the most common, as the name suggests. So we have concrete nouns and abstract nouns, which are both types of common nouns. Concrete and abstract. Concrete and abstract. Now I'm going to give you definitions for what these are, so I would recommend writing down some definitions and examples. So let's start with concrete nouns. Concrete nouns are nouns that can be known through the senses. So known through the senses. Things that you can touch, things you can see, things you can taste, things you can hear, things you can smell. So something like, if you look around the room right now, anything that you can see, that you can name, is going to be a concrete noun. So book, table, drink bottle, light, door, whiteboard marker. I'm just looking around the room and things that I can see are concrete nouns. When you're walking down the street along the footpath and you see the concrete, that kind of thing is hard, it's tangible. Think of it like that. A concrete noun is something that's hard and tangible, something that we can see. So that's what a concrete noun is. When we move to abstract nouns, these are concepts that sort of just float around in the air that we can't touch, they can't be known through the senses. So things like love, honesty, justice, respect, these kind of abstract concepts. You can't touch honesty. You can't touch honesty. Honesty is a concept, therefore it's abstract and it's an abstract common noun. So if you get asked to analyse nouns in your analytical commentaries or short answer questions, or you want to do it in your essay writing even, you can be as specific as you possibly can and say the abstract common noun, honesty, is used to yada yada yada. So the more specific you can be, the better. So we have concrete nouns and abstract nouns. There are 2 types of common noun, and we can move on now to proper nouns. Pause the video right now if you need to update your notes, and then we'll keep going. So next we have proper nouns. Proper nouns are the ones with capital letters. So places and people, names of places and people. So something like Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, those are names of places. So they're going to have a capital letter. Names of people as well. My name is Maddie, so Maddie has a capital M. That is proper nouns. If you see any word that's capitalized, it is going to be a proper noun, and that's a really easy trick for identifying proper nouns. It also can be the name of companies. So the Australian Ballet or the Melbourne Cricket Ground. They're going to have capital letters as they are organisations, official names of organisations, so they are also proper nouns. Then we have collective nouns. Collective nouns. Collective nouns are names of groups of animals, people, and things. So So you may have done some exercises even in primary school where you learned about the different names for groups of things. So you might have done like a murder of crows, or a herd of cows, a gaggle of geese. All of these names for groups of things are collective nouns. So when you think of something collective, think of something that includes a whole bunch of things. You're collecting a whole group of things. Other collective nouns can include things like family. Family is a group of people. Or we talked about the animal ones before, even people can be a group of humans. So it can get a little bit confusing, but if you bring it back to that animal example, that can be a really good way to remember what it is. So it's a group of something. We only have one type left, which is plural nouns. Plural nouns. So we have regular plural nouns and irregular plural nouns. I'm going to write them down. Regular and irregular. Now think about the word plural. What does plural mean? If you're in a class, I want you to pause this video now and have a quick discussion among yourselves as to what plural means. If you're watching by yourself, just have a think about it in your head. So plural nouns mean multiples of something. If something is plural, there is more than one. Regular plural nouns are the ones that we can just add an S on the end or an ES to make more of them. For example, if we take the concrete common noun elephant, now remember it's concrete because we can touch it, concrete common noun elephant, and we add an S on the end and it becomes elephants, all of a sudden we have a regular plural noun. Now why is elephants a plural noun and elephant a concrete noun? The reason is elephants has more than one. So there's more than one thing. Therefore, we've moved it to a plural noun. Now the reason it's regular is because it has an S or an ES on the end. This is the most common form of plural nouns. The other one is irregular plural nouns. This is less common, but it's still possible. So an example could be children instead of child, oxen instead of ox, which is like a cow, or feet instead of foot. You will notice that these are kind of different ways of constructing the word. With feet to foot or foot to feet, we're not just adding an S or some kind of suffix on the end. We're actually fully changing the word. They're still related words, but they're irregular because it's not that simple process of adding the morpheme S on the end. This is all of our types of nouns that you need to know for the VCE English Language Study Design. Now, nouns, the common, proper, plural and collective, they're not actually listed in the study design, but if you know these, you're likely to score very highly because the more specific you can identify these nouns, the higher marks you'll get. Thanks so much for watching and we'll see you next time. Feel free to check out our website at www.VELT VCE.com for free resources and extra things that might help you with your studies. Good luck guys, have a good